This episode, we're trading polite society for an open sea chaos and diving into Kidnapped by the Pirate by Keira Andrews. Expect captive to lovers tension, forced proximity on high seas, a queer awakening, and a ruthless pirate captain who steals more than just a ship.
Hey everybody, welcome to Book Size Matters,
where reading is optional,
but judging is mandatory.
I'm your host, Edith.
And I'm Angel.
And welcome back.
This is our last episode for January.
I know.
How fast was that?
Bro, I just realized that. I was like, wait, what do you mean the last episode for January? I was like, didn't we just start the year?
Well, it's because I sometimes have to remember that we don't put out an episode every week.
Yeah,
it's every 2 weeks. I also want to make a quick announcement that I sound like I smoke a fucking pack of cigarettes a day. Mm-hmm. So please ignore my voice right now.
Yeah. You know what? I was sick the episode before, and now you're sick.
I know.
And it just, it's just how the year started.
It's going around, so.
Yeah. Anyways, with that being said, how about we jump into love notes? Let's go straight.
Let's just do it. Okay, besties, quick love notes before we dive back in. February is coming, and literally coming. And if there was ever a month made for us, it's Love Month. So naturally, we decided to do the most. We're treating you to one episode every single week because romance deserves consistency, chaos, and commitment. That's 4 episodes, 4 love stories, and yes, every cover is pink because we understood the assignment. Mm-hmm. Consider this our Valentine's gift to you. More episodes, more romance, more hinged opinions. February is our time to shine, and we are absolutely sparkling.
So cute. With that being said, before we dive into this pirate adventure, quick heads up. Spoilers ahead. Forced proximity, shipboard tension, and a captain who dominates the deck. While our hero gets a crash course in chaos, danger, and desire, protect your heart, hold on to your seat, and get ready for waves of emotion that hit harder than a cannon shot.
Oh!
Let's go into our dating profile?
Yeah. Our dating profile? Wait. Before we hit the dating profile, could you imagine pirates on a fucking dating app? Mighty. Do you like to peg? Why did that? Dude, that was perfect.
You are a cat with yours. That goes perfect with the book I'm reading too.
Perfect. Before we jump into, that was so dude, that was so, how the fuck I come up with that? I don't know. Okay.
You fucking cat.
I just want to give a shout out to our friend Mari, who
before we go into the dating profile.
our friend Mari recommended this book. And she basically said she wanted some love romance, and so we're gonna check it out.
Yep.
And
you've read before, right?
I have. So I've read a few MMs.
Okay.
Honestly, sometimes I kind of prefer it. There's times where I'm like, I just don't want a bitch in the story. Especially the way that a lot of girls are portrayed and written in stories.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if I'm just in the mood, they be irking me.
Yeah.
Especially the pick-me's, especially the fucking, I don't know. There's just the type.
Yeah.
And so...
This was my first
That was your first MM?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my first so you guys are going to get my whole review on this.
What a way to fucking start.
Exactly.
Because I don't think you would have ever picked fucking pirate smut as your...
No, and I think the best thing of all is that I did immersive reading on this one.
Okay.
And guys, I definitely recommend immersive reading on this one. Because you get the full experience.
Okay.
We're talking about that pirate accent you just had. That.
Oh God.
So definitely that's one thing to
Okay.
start off with.
All right, let's hit the dating profile.
Let's go. Okay, guys, let's get into it. So, of course, we're reading Kidnapped by the Pirate by Keira Andrews. It is 25 chapters, and they're not long chapters. It's 289 pages, plus an epilogue.
Okay.
So, not that bad. It is a standalone from what I saw. So, no series. But I know Keira Andrews is very much into, like, MM. I think she has another pirate book. But it doesn't go with this.
So there's some consistency there.
There's consistency in there.
Okay.
And I said like this one is MM. The main characters are Nathaniel and Hawk.
Oh, interesting names.
I know, right?
Hawk is interesting. Nathaniel, okay.
That's his abbreviated name. It's Seahawk.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's his pirate name. His pirate name.
His pirate. Okay,
Yeah.
I was like,
you don't end up like they don't really use his main like his. That's why I didn't really mention his actual name.
Okay.
Because you don't really use it until the end when he finds out what his name is, which is a name that
Get the fuck out of here. You waited until the end of the fucking book to find out his actual name?
Yeah, that just tells you about the book.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
But his actual name was Michael.
Yeah, we're sticking to Hawk.
So that's why I was like, I like Hawk better.
Yeah, we're sticking to Hawk.
It is a happily ever after.
Oh, okay.
So that I love me a happily ever
Yeah.
after. So, there was quite a bit of tropes that I could identify. Keep in mind, I'm still, like I said, I always say this, I'm still very new to the book community and stuff, so I'm still learning. But the more I go about it and the more content I watch, I'm like, okay,
You're gonna clock that shit.
I can identify a little bit better.
Yeah.
But for these ones, there's quite a bit of tropes that I identified. This one, of course, pirate, captive lover. Oh, so that one's interesting.
Okay. Some Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh,
that.
Okay.
There is an age gap, and the main character, well, two of them, right? One is 18-ish, from what it was described, because it's like written in a way where the setting is back in the 1700s.
I was literally gonna tell you, do they speak in Arthau?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. So like their vocabulary is different.
Okay.
But honestly, with all the context clues, you know what it is, like
Okay.
what it means.
Okay.
But from what I took is that the one of them is like 18, and then the other one is double the age. So that means
Like 36.
Yeah. They said at least double the age. So from 36 to 40-ish, I'm saying. So quite a bit of an age gap. And you guys know how I am with age gaps are like, I don't know. With me, it's a little iffy. It just depends.
If the story is really good, sometimes you can forget about it.
Sometimes you can forget about it.
But sometimes, like, they make it a fucking point.
And this was the fucking point on this one. That's the thing about it. Because there is a virgin trope. Guys, there's a virgin trope. And I think that's what made the age gap even more like,
Yeah.
Like, you get me? Like, and it was, yeah, I'll go into it more. But yeah, they're definitely virgin. Queer awakening.
Okay.
Forced proximity. Freedom versus safety.
Okay.
Found family.
Okay.
And lawless world versus society's rules. Okay. So, there are trigger warnings, of course, like anything. It is a kidnapping story. So there's kidnapping. Power imbalance. So it's like a dominant submissive dynamics. Physical violence and danger. Death. Threat of harm. Emotional manipulation and abuse of authority. So yeah, stay safe. So spicy chapters. God damn, this one had spicy chapters. First of all, the chapters I'm gonna mention, guys, it has 6 chapters of sex. We're talking about full sex scenes. We're talking about penetration. We're talking about like full sex.
Okay.
All right. That does not and I'm talking about like, yeah, full sex, right? Because there was a lot in the book where it was like, they did like he did stuff to himself, like jerking off and stuff like that. I didn't put.
You didn't count those?
No, because I was like, there's just 6 chapters of sex scenes. Like, we're talking about almost a whole chapter is sex.
Okay.
You get me? So I was like, oh, let me mention those because or also I'll mention the whole book. I'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Damn.
So it was definitely a lot of space in this one.
Did the plot rival the smut? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of did.
All right.
But, you know, it was a R read.
It was an all right read.
I think in your previous life you were a pirate. I just know you were.
It was an all right read.
An all right read. Anyways, with that being said, how about we go into between the sheets, the covers. Or they didn't have covers back then, actually.
They didn't have covers?
No usaban muchas las cobijas, so
what they have?
I don't know. Whatever stuff was there. So
okay.
let's go into between the covers. Let's go. Let's take
Between
it.
the covers?
Ready? Between the covers. The story begins in the early 1700s with Nathaniel Bainbridge already coming apart at the seams. He's 18, wealthy, well-bred, and quietly miserable. His life has been decided for him, his engagement arranged, his future sealed with expectations he never asked for. Traveling towards Primrose Isle with his pregnant sister, Susanna, he should feel grateful. Instead, he feels haunted by his own future. The closer marriage gets, the more his body rebels. Touch makes him tense. Intimacy fills him with panic instead of desire. He doesn't have the words for what's wrong, only the certainty that the role he's meant to play feels suffocating, like he's being pressed into a shape that isn't his. Then, pirates attack. He's on a ship right now, on his way to Primrose Isle. Pirates attack, right? The violence is sudden and overwhelming. Screams, chaos. Nathaniel and Susanna hide, but they're dragged into the open when their names are revealed. Bainbridge, valuable, ransom worthy. And then Nathaniel sees him. The pirate captain is older, at least twice his age, broad-shouldered, calm in the middle of bloodshed. Hawk doesn't shout. He doesn't rush. He watches. When his gaze lands on Nathaniel, it feels invasive, like being stripped bare. Nathaniel panics and begs him to take him instead of his sister. Hawk agrees without hesitation. The moment Nathaniel steps into Hawk's ship, his old life dissolves. Life aboard the pirate vessel is relentless. The deck never stops swaying. The air is thick with heat and sweat and danger. There's no privacy, no escape, no place to hide from Hawk's attention. Nathaniel expects to be locked away, but Hawk keeps him in his own quarters instead, restrained, watched, and deliberately exposed. Hawk's presence dominates the space. He stands too close, speaks low, moves with the confidence of a man who has never had to ask for permission. Every command settles into Nathaniel's body like a weight, and to his horror, something in him responds. Nathaniel tells himself this is fear. It isn't. Hawk makes it clear that Nathaniel isn't just a hostage. He's leverage, revenge, payment for a betrayal that ruined Hawk's life. Nathaniel's father stole everything from him, forced him into piracy, and now Hawk holds the man's son in his grasp. And yet, Hawk doesn't touch him. That restraint is almost worse. Nathaniel is young, inexperienced, painfully aware of the desires he spent his entire life repressing, trapped in Hawk's orbit. Every look feels deliberate. Every order feels loaded. Hawk watches him like he's assessing something valuable, something that might break if held wrong. Slowly, the rules change, though. Nathaniel is allowed on deck. He learns the rhythms of the ship, the loyalty of the crew, and the way Hawk commands absolute obedience without cruelty. Hawk pushes him relentlessly, challenging his passivity, his politeness, and his instinct to disappear. Nathaniel starts to push back. The tension between them becomes electric. Hawk corners him with questions Nathaniel has never dared to ask himself. What do you want? Why do you flinch? Why are you afraid of being seen? The isolation of the sea strips Nathaniel bare. No society here, no rules except survival, no shame. On the ship, desire is acknowledged, power is negotiated, want is not a weakness. Nathaniel completely changes. He meets Hawk's gaze and doesn't look away. He speaks when spoken to, and then, when he isn't, Hawk gives him responsibility, then trust, and with each small act of control relinquished, Nathaniel feels something inside him unlock. What started as captivity becomes something dangerous and intimate. Hawk reveals pieces of himself in fragments, betrayal, rage, and the choice to take freedom rather than to beg for it. Nathaniel stops seeing him as a monster and starts seeing the man who survived by refusing to submit. And Hawk sees Nathaniel too. Not as a boy, not as ransom, but as someone who is waking up. By the time they reach Primrose Isle, Nathaniel knows the truth. Going back would destroy him. Safety now feels like death by silence. Hawk prepares to let him go anyway, choosing duty to his crew over his own desire. Nathaniel refuses to be abandoned quietly. When the exchange turns violent, Nathaniel doesn't hesitate. He throws himself in front of the blade meant for Hawk, choosing him without calculation. The choice is instinctive, absolute. Nathaniel survives, but Hawk is captured. Dun dun. When Nathaniel wakes, he tells Susanna everything. Who he is, who he loves. She accepts him without a question. And just to remind you, Susanna is his sister. I mentioned it before, but then she tells him that Hawk is also set to hang. So he was about to get killed for everything he did by his dad. Nathaniel breaks free. He sneaks out into the night, gathers jewels from his sister. His sister gave them to him. He didn't steal them. And hunts down Hawk's captors. He learns the truth. Hawk surrendered himself so the crew could escape. Nathaniel uses the same corruption his father once wielded, counterfeit ransom money, to buy Hawk's life back. So when they did the exchange, and I forgot to mention this, when they did the exchange for Nathaniel for the money, right? The dad gave counterfeit money for Nathaniel's life. So because he thought he was going to kill him, but obviously he didn't. So they used that same counterfeit money to buy Hawk's life back from the privateers, from the people that the dad hired to get Hawk. So this time, the lie sets someone free. Hawk walks away from piracy. Nathaniel walks away from the lie that tried to erase him. Together, they choose something dangerous and honest and real. Nathaniel's no longer suffocating. He is wanted, he is seen, and for the first time, he belonged to himself and to Hawk. The end.
That was interesting.
Let's go into
I like, basically though, like from what you just said though, like I could tell that there was not a lot of plot. Like I feel like they just kind of sprinkled it in there so that they
and that was like the thing about it is there was a lot of sex. Like there was a lot of sex stuff and the mentions of sex and stuff like that. So I mean, sí pasaron unas cosas, but it wasn't like very plot heavy. Mm-hmm. Like there was a time where like they got attacked, and yeah, that like leveled up the love, I guess. But it went straight away. Like he got captured, and then he's like, oh my god, like I really think this man is hot, but like he's like struggling in his mind about it, and then he like jerks off to him when he's
Nathaniel. Yeah. Right? Because he's the one that has the queer awakening.
Yeah, okay. He's the one that has a queer awakening. Yeah, because the pirate is straight up like, I like men type thing. Okay. And he tells him at the beginning, like, he's like, oh, I feel like you want me. But in a way that he wasn't letting himself, like, he was just like playing with him at first. So, okay. But yeah, it was a lot of sex. It was a lot of sex. Like I said, what I was saying, it was just like more of a summary. There was a couple things that happened, but no, like
not a lot.
Yeah, not a whole bunch, but it was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
what chapter was the first like sexual interaction between them? I just need to know like how fast paced this was.
I think it was like chapter 2 or 3.
Dang,
Not first interaction. They didn't. The first like mention of like sex and him jerking off. Like that was the first thing.
but between both of them,
Between both of them,
how do you remember?
I have it right here. The first chapter is chapter 9, and they're short chapters that they actually fucked.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So at what point did he like come out like, "Oh, I like you"?
Well, it's because the thing about it, he was like over here like, he was like Nathaniel was more so like I'm a proper man, like I'm a like based on how it was in the 1700s before, like he's like no, like I cannot be this, like I cannot be gay. That's an what's he say? An abolish. I can't say the word, guys.
An abomination.
There we go, an abomination. And so he was definitely like, no, I can't. But I should tell you this, and I forgot, like, well, there's a lot of things that I'm like, oh, I left out. But the first time that he wanted to, like, he knew that he was, like, gay or, like, leaning that way was when he saw two animals, like, fucking, was it, like, what was it? Like, it was two farm animals. I don't remember which ones.
Get the fuck out of here. He saw two farm animals fucking and
yeah, it was like a mare. I don't know what it was, but anyways, it was two animals fucking, right? And one of them got on top of it, and then he was with his sister, and he's like, what's happening on? And he's like, the sister was like, that's how babies are made or whatever. And then he's like, that's when I first had a burning desire to be mounted. Like he wanted to be the one that was mounted, not the one mounting.
How old is he?
He was young.
Because I was going to say, like,
No.
How did he not know what sex was?
Yeah, he was very young. So.
Oh, and that he was like.
That's when he had his first, like, oh my God, like, I think.
I want to be mounted?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fucking dead. That's hella funny.
Yeah, so,
That's so weird, though, because, like, how do you even go from like those farm animals are fucking to like, oh, I want
girl, that was yeah, and that's like right at the beginning, so I'm just like
that kind of it kind of feels weird.
Yes, like it feels a little wrong.
Yeah, it feels wrong.
So yeah, that's how he had his first thing. And
so his sister finds out that he's gay though, right? And
yeah,
she's kind of like, oh, I accept you.
Towards the end when he got stabbed, because finally he's in Primrose where his sister, they were both traveling to from England to there, right? And obviously his sister makes it, and he's the one that his held captive, right? He gets there, he gets stabbed, and then he like falls into, I don't know, a little coma or whatever, and he wakes up a couple days after, and then he just kind of like, he's like, where's Hawk? He's very like, where's Hawk? And she's like, why are you asking so much about him? But like they're like, oh, he got lo capturaron, like they got him, right? And they're gonna kill him, like he's gonna be hung. And he's like, oh my God, no. And then that's when he confesses like his love for him. And then she's like, well, I mean, you're my brother. And then she's actually a little funny because she's like, she says something along the lines like, or how was it, like, you get me, like, like in the old language, something me acuerdo, no me acuerdo bien, pero como que sonó like, oh shit, like how was it?
Yeah.
Like, type thing. So she was very supportive, and she was like, I love you, you're my brother, it doesn't matter what you say. But yeah, so that's how that went.
How did they get him?
So basically the dad, right? He, first of all, there's history. I said that, I mentioned it a little bit. There was history behind the dad and Hawk. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit. So Hawk was a privateer, not a pirate. Okay, so a privateer is somebody that works for the Crown of England, right? It's kind of a pirate, but with the license to work for the Crown of England, right?
Is that how pirated became a thing?
I think so. I don't know. And so they work with the license, meaning that they could attack like enemy ships and like rob them, as long as they gave a portion to the crown, right?
Yeah.
The dad was in charge of the licenses because he was like a form of judge, and he was in charge of the licenses, but he did him dirty. And because of he made up some stuff about him, and took away all the, like, he brought like this big ship treasure, whatever, and made something up, and then he took away all his treasure and revoked his license, and he had to become a pirate. Like, so it's basically no license. And he didn't report it to the crown. He basically kept all the money. So he a scammer. He's a scammer. And then so now he's in Primrose, right? Because the Crown of England, like,
well, Hawk had to have been young, right? Because
yeah, he was
younger. This was like back history. Like, was Nathaniel alive?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, no menciona, like, the timeline is not detailed.
Clear?
No, it's not clear. It just says like when back.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, cool, whatever. So that's how he becomes a pirate. Because, and now he's out for vengeance. And then so casually, he happens to attack this ship that just carried his children. It was not intentional. Like, he just attacked the ship because they were pirates. And it so happened that...
Also, like, how was that ship, like, not more guarded? No? Because
he wasn't, like, a big, like, super...
Oh, okay.
He wasn't, like, a king or anything like that. He was just, like, a nobleman. You get me?
Okay.
Like, you get me? That did whatever. So that's why it got... And they're like, oh, my God, the last name. And then they're like, it got vengeance.
So how did they find out the last name? Like, someone had to have said something.
Yeah, one of the workers that later on actually left with the pirates and started being a pirate as well. So yeah, but then he ended up being killed because he tried to raise a mutiny. That was one of the little side things, but it wasn't that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how that happened. So yeah, do you have any more questions?
No.
It was very interesting, especially because I said, like, I read it, but then I did the immersive reading, and the immersive reading was very much not R like that, but like A, like, and it had a very heavy pirate accent and like an English like accent. So it was interesting. It was funny at times. But like I said, I felt like this book was very much sex heavy. So yeah. Plot was like whatever. I feel like it was fast paced, but at the same time, like, they extended it for like 300 pages. Like, I don't know. Like, it was there wasn't I don't know. They did share like intimate moments where they like shared things about themselves. Another thing that I forgot, I completely forgot to put on my summary, is that he had like he couldn't read, even though he was a nobleman. Like,
Nathaniel
couldn't read, but the pirate could. And he was always treated like less by his dad because he couldn't read. And I think I don't know if he had a form of dyslexia or something like that, which before they
didn't believe in that.
Yeah, exactly. He just couldn't read. They're like, oh, you're so stupid. And his dad would always call him stupid and stuff like that, which Hawk kind of like came into and was like, no, you're not stupid. You know, like, you just have different whatever. So
what was like the vibe that you were getting for like their dynamic? Was it very much, because you said it was a virgin trope and stuff, like, was it very much that, like, do you feel like he kind of took advantage of the fact that he was so young and naive?
Low-key, like, I did feel like he took advantage, especially when he found out that he hadn't been with anybody else. Like, I don't know, like, it was just like...
Was it something that he brought up a lot?
Yes.
Like, his virginity?
Well, yeah, his innocence.
Oh, God.
And that was like, he was like, only mine and nobody else's. And yeah, it was a lot of that. So I don't know, like, I think I could have done with the age gap, but I think the how much the virginity thing was brought up and the innocence kind of like... No shit. You know what, our friend Mari that like you know recommended you know, thank you for the recommendation, but it's just like for me it's those virgin tropes that I'm just like especially young, like very young virgin tropes, like no say it's hard to like way. So yeah, I think it was like a little bit of a like Stockholm syndrome. I'm not gonna lie, even though like they fell in love and whatever, did their life but it's just like, I don't know. He was still very young. Yeah. Easily manipulated. And yeah.
And he like took advantage of it and stuff.
It was very much a lot like he wanted sex, like, and just kind of like fell into it.
So now reading this, do you feel like Do you think you could do like another like MM?
I do think I could do another MM.
Okay.
I don't leave the age gap a little bit smaller. Please, no virginity tropes.
You said please no virginity tropes.
Like, please, that's just one thing that I'm just like, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan. Like, I'll straight up say I'm not a fan of virginity tropes. Age gaps, I could.
What about the virginity trope though? Like, cause you said you could do a little bit with, like you could have gotten away with, like, gotten over the age gap, but like, why not the virginity?
I think the fact that it was just so much of his innocence, and I'm like, okay, like, why are you so obsessed with his innocence? Like, it just gave me an ick. You get me? Like, it's in a way, because especially at the beginning, this is the thing, especially at the beginning of the book, he calls him boy, and he had like a nickname for him, which was Plum, because he didn't want to call him by his name, so he called him Plum or Boy. And I'm just like, you're giving him like a childish like look at first, and then slowly, like, you get me? Like, and then somehow you guys develop this thing, and then now it's like he starts calling him slowly Nathaniel. But it just felt a little weird.
It felt a little weird.
Yeah, it felt a little weird. So, but yeah, that's the thing about it.
Yeah, I'm also not a huge fan of virgin tropes because, like, I don't, not that, like, I'm saying, like, every girl is a fucking whore. Like, I just...
Not every girl's...
I just feel like a lot of times the way these books are written, like, the virgin tropes, books are written, it just kind of, like... reaffirms like this like ideology that like women should like wait till like they're married and like wait to like only have sex with the one person and like their one true love and like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like go fucking sleep around and shit, but like a lot of times these books with the virgin tropes that like one character is painted out to be like a fucking man whore or like a slut,
yeah, that was exactly what this happened.
Like a very experienced character, like sexually experienced, and then the other one being so inexperienced. Like it just like it keeps driving this narrative of like, like especially like I think in the real world, right? Like how a lot of men like are like so fucking like, what is the word? Like hung up on the fact of like, like what's your body count? Like they're so hung up on the fact that like girls have these body counts, but like a lot of times like it's not the other way around where like they're like, well, what the fuck is your body count?
Yeah.
Like you're so like hung up on this like, oh, I took this like innocence from you or like this virginity from you, like I was your first, and then they just like it becomes this whole thing. I don't know. I'm not a huge virgin trope person. Like I don't know.
Yeah, you see, and that's exactly what the book was.
I feel like it keeps pushing that, and it just because like that's how the real world is, right? Like they keep especially like not to get political, but to get political is like a lot of these like right wingers like keep trying to push this message that like like women need to be like very like demure and like innocent and like stay in your fucking place and like like all these guys are out there fucking whoring around and like
but as a woman
it's like it's looked at so badly and I feel like a lot of these virgin tropes, especially when it's like a woman and a female and it's the woman who's the virgin, I can do the other way around. I can do where like the guy's the virgin and the girl's like more experienced, because I actually read a book like that.
Really? I haven't.
So interesting. I was like, what an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
But when it's the other way, it's just like, it just kind of like gives me the ick, because I'm like, I feel like it keeps pushing that message of like, like, and it kind of gives girls that idea of like, oh, I want to give myself to him completely. Like, he's the only one that's, and I like, he owns me. But it's just like, why is it not the other way around? Like, I also took something from you. Like, like, in that way, like I own you in that sense for like the girl, but they don't ever get to fucking say that because the guy's always fucking pointed out to be this fucking like, like he gets all the girls and whatever.
And it's okay for that.
Yeah,
it's okay, but when it comes to like the more women or like more feminine, people. So Yeah, I completely fucking agree.
Mm.
I agree. This book was very much, even in the audiobook, like when the author would change back through voices, because obviously they would talk and he would make a voice. Nathaniel was definitely much more like, the voice was more childlike and feminine in a way. And then his voice was definitely like
More masculine.
ragged pirate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was interesting, especially when it was like the sex scenes and it was like, oh, I want it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Sometimes I can look past the virgin trope, but like there's certain like books
yeah,
who like they like basically the whole plot is written around that, and they just keep bringing it up, and I'm like, bro.
and I think this was one of them, honestly, because I feel like he kept on bringing it up, like the innocence, like the it's only mine, he's only mine and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Which there's a difference between like, you know, when you guys like make it official, or like you guys get to like this emotional connection where it's like you're mine,
Yeah.
you know, but
No,
like the
but
whole
it's
like
more of a like, I took that from you.
yeah,
And
like
and even at one point, because when they weren't really like falling in love, because they didn't fall in love to like the end. At first it was fucking and they were just like slowly falling. He was like, I can't wait to like tell his father that I fucked his son.
oh my
Like,
god,
you get me? And I'm just like, ah, damn. Like, it was just, yeah.
it kind of gives the ick.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, this was it was interesting. It was interesting. Like I said, it was very much more spice on the spicy level instead of the plot, and I think you could tell. I feel like I left a lot. Don't get me wrong, I left a lot out of my summary. Because it was just, I just didn't think that it played too much into it, and I just felt like the story was like, it was more of like Nathaniel going back and forth between like, is this right or wrong? You get me? And it was on his part, it was more like, I'm low-key falling for him. I don't know what I'm feeling for him, but I gotta stay loyal to my crew because we need that money. You get me?
Yeah.
And it was him going back and forth with that.
So they each had their own like what is it called?
Their own battles, like their own little
Yeah.
thing, like of what they were fighting. But then, and then between them, it was a lot of like him going hot and cold on him. Like, it was like, oh, I want it. But the cold didn't even last that long, bro. That's why I didn't even mention it, because he would go hot and cold, but it like for like 5 minutes. I don't fucking know, bro. Like, that's what it felt on the book. Like, he would be like, no, I can't do this anymore. But then he's like, oh, let me suck your prick. And then I'm like,
yeah,
bro, that's let me suck it. Bro, oh, that's another thing, because obviously for dick, they never said, I don't know if they ever said dick.
They said cock.
They said cock or prick. They definitely use prick more.
Oh no!
So I was like, huh?
I think I like cock better than prick.
Yeah. So, yeah. So
prick just sounds like it just sounds like, you know, when someone doesn't cuss and they're trying to like be all bad or whatever.
Prick. But yeah, it was more so like that. It was a lot of like mental, like going back and forth and stuff like that. Like I said, the only thing that kind of came into was when they landed in an island, and then they were like, other pirates were there, and they just had to fight their way away from him. But then that's it. And then
Okay. I was literally gonna ask you too. I was like, was there any like character development? Like, was there anything like more in depth about the characters?
No, there was side characters. Obviously, I didn't mention them, but it just like, for example, like the quartermaster, I don't know, what was his name, Snell, right? He was the one that kind of like telling Hawk, like, focus on your crew. Like, I know you fucking, because obviously, like, in these pirate ships, like, they all fuck each other, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Oh, I thought I mentioned it. I don't think I mentioned it, but yeah, they like,
I mean, I didn't know they all just like all these. Wait, now that I think about it, like a lot. Okay. Sidebar. You know how they say, like, if a man is in prison for, like, more than, like, a few years, he's for sure fucked, like, another guy in prison? Like, a lot of these, like, pirates, when you think about it, they're out at sea for, like, months at a time. So now that you think about it, like, they for sure had to fuck each other, like...
And they were open about it. They didn't see anything wrong with it. So like the Hawk does mention it, how some guys did it out of necessity to just like they needed to fucking release.
And they just weren't, but they weren't gay.
Yeah, I fucking yeah. And there's other ones that were like, oh, like I want love from like a man.
Oh.
You get me?
So some of them are like, I'm not gay, but like I just need a bust a nut.
I need a bust a nut. Hawk had a strict policy of not fucking any of his crew members.
But the crew members could fuck each other?
Yeah, because he just didn't want to fuck.
Interesting.
And then there was mentions that, you know, Hawk was in love once back when he was 15 to this guy named John. But obviously it didn't work out. Because he was briefly in the military, or he got stolen, like, I guess back in the day. Like, nomás se los robaban to join the Navy. And he got killed and stuff. So, yeah. So, he was the only guy that he loved. But he was really young. From what I said, he was like 15. Other than that, it was just fucking. Like he never kissed a man besides John. Like the whole time he's just fucking, right? All the way.
But he never kissed anyone.
No, he didn't want to kiss because he felt like that was too intimate. And then Nathaniel kisses him. Like not towards the beginning, but towards like the end. Okay. It was after they got attacked by pirates. And then he's like, "Oh my God, you survived." And then he kisses him and jumps on him. And then they fuck.
Oh, of course.
So yeah.
This is so different. This is interesting.
I know. I never read like an MM, so I don't know.
Well, not just the MM. I'm talking about like the whole pirate situation.
So but yeah. So I found out that most pirates are gay or gay leaning or whatever they want to identify
sexually
as,
fluid.
Yeah, exactly, and they were okay, and I think that's why Nathaniel wanted to, like, he kind of started seeing that, and he was like, I want to remain here.
Yeah.
Another thing was I mentioned it how like Hawk didn't want to keep Nathaniel in the normal, like, you know, where they would just keep a prisoner, like a cell, like on the bottom of the ship, because he knew his crew would take advantage of him, and I was like, that's fucking crazy. Like, they would take advantage.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's why he kept him in his private quarters, which is like his room. So that way his crew wouldn't take advantage of him. But
because he wanted to keep him for himself.
Yeah,
he wanted to take advantage of him.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then another side note is that Nathaniel really liked it hard.
Oh.
Very much mentions of that. Like,
he liked it hard.
Yeah. It was to a point that sometimes he couldn't even sit, so.
God damn.
If y'all want details, there you go.
He was hooked.
Yeah.
He was hooked for sure.
Definitely hooked. But yeah, like, again, going back to it, definitely more spice heavy than plot heavy.
Okay.
Overall, do you have any other questions?
No, that was interesting.
Overall spice level, I actually give it a 4 chili peppers.
Oh, okay.
It was very explicit in all the sex scenes. Definitely did not leave no. And then, like I said, if you're listening to the audiobook while you're reading it, like, they're doing the whole moaning and shit.
They actually do the moaning?
Like, well, the guy does the whole moaning and shit.
Oh, okay.
So it's very interesting. Like, he does the little moans for, like, Nathaniel. It was interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it said everything. Se veía todo. Like, yeah, you could put a picture to it.
Oh,
Let's
damn.
just say. My overall rating for the book, although it was a fast read, I'm not gonna lie, it was fast. It was entertaining because of the pirate accent and everything. I give it a 3 though.
Okay.
Would I read it again? No. But it was entertaining and it was a fast read. But I just couldn't. It was really hard for me to get past the age gap plus the virgin trope. I think if it was only the age gap, it'd be maybe a little bit more. But it just, the age gap with the virgin trope and always mentioning the innocence and the.
It just made it felt wrong.
Yeah, it felt wrong.
Okay.
So that's why I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
But final thoughts, would I recommend it? I think I would. If you want like a little spicy pirate stuff, it's funny, especially when you're doing immersive reading. I think I would recommend that. I'd be like, read the book, but listen to the audio.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Oh God.
But yeah, it's just it's like I said, keep on going back to the virgin trope with the age gap. It's just
You couldn't get past it.
I couldn't get past it.
Okay.
I couldn't get past it. It was a little bit hard, but it doesn't mean that the book wasn't entertaining. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
It was just interesting.
So it wasn't just all right.
It was but overall, based on what I've said and everything, would you read this book?
You know what? I don't know, because you did say it was third person.
Yeah.
Wait, did you?
Didn't I say that? Oh, I think I passed. I skipped over it on the dating profile. It is third person. It is third person, but it with the third person, but each chapter kind of pertained more to
like
one
dual
character.
point of view. Yeah.
So it gave you a little bit more than just like being outside.
Yeah, so it's like third person, but it like some chapters like followed like certain characters exclusively, like a certain character exclusively. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The one that I'm reading a book. It's so interesting because it's also third person, but like it doesn't exclusively just follow the main characters. Like it's giving me the perspective of like other side characters too.
Interesting.
Not as much as the main characters, but it's interesting. I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, continue.
But yeah, would you read this? Would you give it a shot?
I would give it a shot. Mighty.
Angel would read it.
I'm mighty. Give it a shot.
I'm telling you, you're a fucking pirate.
I'm mighty. Bro. Give it a shot.
Like I said, it's entertaining. It's just that
I would just for fucks, you know, like because like I don't know, and also like it'd be interesting to like I don't know. I haven't read pirate smut.
I know, and it's just such a niche.
Yeah,
a niche.
Well, it's so interesting because I remember when we were saying that shit reminds us of like the books from Kmart and shit.
Yes.
Like the shit our tias were reading.
It did, but I literally and sometimes I'd be like, "What the fuck am I reading?" But then again, I never read. Have you ever read one of the Kmart books?
No.
We
but
should.
It just looked like we should. It just like it was giving like some Rico Suave, like I don't know how to explain, like. But I feel like very much it's gonna be virgin trope, age gap, like that traditional fucking shit. Yeah. Like I feel like that's what it's gonna give.
The innocence and the bad guy like type thing. Like but yeah, so Angel would read.
I would read it. It definitely wouldn't be at the top of my list.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah. I think that that is said. How about we take it to hot takes and heartaches?
Okay,
let's go.
All right, guys. Let's go. You said you gave it a 3. Good riddance. Goodreads gave it a 4. And this is out of almost 8,000 ratings.
It's a lot, huh?
Yeah.
It's a high rating for 8,000.
And it's 4? That's crazy. Amiga Mari, I want to know, how did you come across this book? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, did someone recommend this to you? Like, how did you find this book? Yeah. Because this is so niche. Like, this is so particular. Like, I want to know how you came across it. But
I think it's like a lot of people could see past that. And I feel like if you could see past those two tropes that I couldn't really see past, I could see why people could give it a 4.
Okay.
Like, it's smutty. It's a nice, filthy read.
Okay. So. Alrighty, let's go with what the people said. This is the people who gave it a 1 star, okay? The people who said 1 star, okay? 1 star. No rating. DNF at around 60%. You know when you're reading a book and the sex scenes start to bore you, but you think, okay, the plot will keep your interest? Well, it didn't. And don't get the pitchforks out because... They'll get the pitchforks out because just about everyone has loved this. Oh, that's fucking funny. All right, here's another 1 star. This would be a perfectly decent but nothing special book if Nathaniel wasn't an 18-year-old and Hawk wasn't twice Nathaniel's age. a 36-year-old man, lusting and loving an 18-year-old. This is the reason why I hate the age gap trope. There is no reason why Nathaniel should be 18. He should be 22 and nothing would change. Hawk is a creep for referring to Nathaniel as a boy multiple times, yet still lusted after him. Ugh, just disgusting. Oh, that person could not get past it.
It's because that's a truth, because at the beginning, especially beginning to the middle of the book, he would refer him as boy, and
it is kind of off-putting. Yeah. All right. 3 stars. Let's go see with the people who were like, okay, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Yeah. All right.
So the people that agree with me.
Yeah. This is the people who agree with you. Despite the unfortunate title.
I'm not gonna lie, that title is very like
so generic.
Yeah, kidnapped by the pirate.
Yeah. There's nothing creative about that. All right. Despite the unfortunate title and cover, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had an all right time with this one. They had an all right time with this one. Hardly a ringing endorsement, I'm aware, but what you see is what you get here. So I can't complain too much. I think I probably picked this one mostly because I found the title kind of funny. Now, this is a book that you get for vibes.
Yes, exactly. And I feel like the cover, we have it over here if you're watching on YouTube, but it's literally just a guy, like two, like an older guy and a younger guy. And
they look like they'd be brothers.
Low-key, yeah. Huh? But like, yeah, it's like, it looks like sexy MM and sex and pirate, and that's exactly what the book is.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie though, he's handsome.
Yeah, but the voice in the audio did not match.
Oh, okay.
So whenever, like,
did not match.
I kept on trying to visualize him, but all I visualized was like a old pirate.
Like he's a chain smoker.
That's all. Like I was like, I tried my best, but yeah, Nathaniel, he did do the voice pretty good to like kind of match that face, but the pirate, Hawk, I don't know about that on the audiobook. I was like, it sounded like an old creeper.
Okay, that's fucking funny. All right, next. I like this pirate romance for the most part. However, I felt it was a bit unbalanced with all the sex in the captain's cabin in the middle of the book. Then the last 30%, a rescue operation. Had there been more dire times at the sea or some actual pirating business going on, Wallace Plum was captive, I'd have preferred that. Without the story, it felt a bit lazy in the middle. You think so?
Yeah, I do agree. It wasn't like, it was just like captured, sex in the cabin. The whole thing where I told you the other pirates, like, they ran into and they were in a fight. And then they kissed. And then they went back to where his dad is from Primrose, right? He got captured. And then they were just trying to get him out. And that's it.
All right, well, let's hit the 5 stars. These are the people who fucking loved it. And
there was a lot, actually. A lot of 5 stars.
Interesting.
A lot.
Interesting, and we don't agree. A masterpiece and possibly the best. The best. I just did the office stare. The best. You know.
But maybe it's the way that, like, you know, that I'm saying it, because I'm just like,
I can already tell you it's not the best MM.
Okay.
The best MM has to be my favorite. It's one of my favorite books.
Ooh.
All right. A masterpiece and possibly the best MM romance I've read in a decade of reading in this genre.
Oh.
Like romance or like pirate MM? Like that is so specific. If that was like,
yeah. Maybe it's a pirate, because I don't know about romance. You're telling me that. I have some questions for you if that's like your ultimate favorite.
Yeah.
Top 10.
That's crazy.
Book for romance.
Okay.
Genre. I'm pretty sure pirate genre.
Yeah. Maybe. Let's go with that one. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. with what's it called? Grand adventure, passion, and suspense. And then another rating. Someone said in like inside star emojis, Stockholm syndrome based pirate porn. So fucking specific. Like, I'm sure if if you put that into a fucking search engine, like this is what you would get.
Book would get. Yes, exactly.
And it is absolutely fabulous. I am feral for this book. Feral. They're feral.
Feral. So and there was a lot of.
You know what? There's an audience for everything.
Yes, exactly. Just because it wasn't my favorite or like
it wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it could be like it wasn't a good book for.
It wasn't my bottle of beer.
It wasn't a bottle of rum.
Oh, rum. There we go.
But yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. Hay algo para cada quien.
Yeah,
something
for sure.
Everybody.
There's definitely an audience for everything and anything. So, but anyways, let's jump into our to be continued.
To be continued.
And honestly, there is no fucking kiss and tell because we haven't been doing kiss and tell.
Well, I don't know what I could kiss and tell to this girl. Do you have any recommendations for pirate romance?
I've never read no fucking pirate romance, but maybe some MM, but not some pirate romance.
Yeah. We're
gonna have to leave
for this time again.
We'll have to leave that one.
To be continued. All right, besties, that's a wrap on Pirate Chaos and Swoon with Kidnapped by the Pirate. But now it's time for a little foreshadowing. Next up on Book Size Matters, we're stepping into Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. A dark, dangerous romance where every street hides secrets, every choice could be a trap, and trust is as fragile as glass. Will the tension leave us biting our nails, or will the danger and heat have us completely breathless? We'll find out together. Dim the lights, grab a blanket, or maybe just cling to the edge of your seat because we're about to get dark, suspenseful, and utterly unmissable. All right, guys, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe.
And don't forget to give us a 5-star rating.
You already know.
It is like foreplay for the algorithm, and it really helps us out a lot.
That's it for this week's dive into Pirate Chaos and Swoon-worthy danger. Thanks for joining us on Book Size Matters. Remember to keep reading, keep judging, and maybe keep a life vest close because these romances don't just sail, they sink straight into your heart.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye guys.